Thank you for meeting with us today. We are very appreciative of your time. We are in Total Elite Performance, and this is our training facility based on advantageous physiological adaptations to environmental factors.
This slide here introduces one of the primary environmental factors that will lead to advantageous physiological adaptations. As you increase altitude, the atmospheric pressure decreases. And according to Powers and Colleagues 2024, the effects of low pressure creates hypoxic conditions in the body due to reduced hemoglobin saturation, increased metabolic cost of breathing, and lower temperatures. These hypoxic inducing conditions stress the body and force it to adapt.
This is our Live High, Train Low model. This is the foundation of our altitude adaptations. As you can see, it is able to maximize adaptations while minimizing training limitations. These are the living quarters, and this is the training quarters. We chose this mainly because living high increases endurance performance, while training low gets the same benefits, but you're also able to maintain intensity without being limited to very severe hypoxic conditions. As you may have read in our summary as well, in the study that compared the two populations, one in Guna, which was at 3,100 meters, and the population Addis Ababa, which was at 2,300 meters. The Guna population had more benefits, but they're limited to the severe conditions, so they couldn't train as effectively as the Addis Ababa population, which is another reason why we chose the living quarters higher and the training quarters lower.
These are the adaptations applied and the increased athletic performance for our athletes. For endurance, higher hemoglobin concentration and better oxygen utilization increases the body's ability to deliver and use oxygen, while lower oxygen saturation shows improved efficiency in low oxygen environments, showing athletes to sustain aerobic efforts longer. For speed, improvements in the repeated sprint ability and reduced sprint time come from better oxygen delivery and quicker metabolic recovery between high intensity bursts. And then in terms of power, we see increases in peak and average power output, and these occur because muscles become more efficient at producing force under oxygen limited conditions. And then finally with recovery, we see the same adaptations like higher hemoglobin, improved oxygen utilization, and lower post-exercise oxygen saturation, and that allows our athletes to replenish their energy stores faster and recover more effectively after intense efforts.
So here's how the performance benefits of the previous slide apply. First, your body adapts by increasing your hemoglobin concentration, which means you can carry more oxygen in your blood. If you can carry more oxygen in your blood, that'll increase your VO2 max. Up next, we have oxygen utilization, because even if you increase the concentration of oxygen in your blood, that doesn't necessarily mean that your body's able to use it, but if you increase your oxygen utilization, your muscles can extract more oxygen, making your oxidative respiration systems more efficient. Now as we move over to power, as you increase your peak power, you're able to have stronger energy bursts, increase your acceleration, also have the ability to have a quicker first step, which is going to improve your athlete's performance, especially in short duration, high intensity exercise. And finally, we have decreased oxygen saturation, which in the long run actually increases performance because it allows athletes to have a faster recovery and a stronger hypoxic tolerance, which means if you're in a low oxygen saturation environment, or if your athlete is undergoing high intensity exercise, which is going to increase the amount of oxygen they need, but they're adapted to tolerate this, they'll be able to perform better in high intensity, high oxygen demanding situations.
Moving into temperature effects on training, research has shown that athletic performance decreases when you are training in the heat. This is partly due to the stress put on the body from an increased core temperature due to not being acclimated to higher external temperatures. But when you're acclimated to higher temperatures, these effects change to benefit our athletes. So us having our climate-controlled facilities where we can simulate desert-like conditions help us to increase their VO2 max, power output at lactate threshold, plasma volume, maximal cardiac output, and increase all of those by a total of 8%, 5%, 6.5%, and 4.5% respectively.
Although altitude training provides many benefits to enhance performance, it also comes with some risks associated with the low atmospheric oxygen pressure. To ensure the safety of our athletes, we take proactive approaches that begin with genetic screening to catch any risks increasing diseases such as sickle cell anemia. We also provide evidence-based supplementation such as beetroot juice, which is a vasodilator, and antioxidants such as vitamin C and E to mitigate risk factors associated with hypoxia.
To wrap things up, this is why our location should be your choice. Evidence-backed environmental manipulation. We have training and living environments designed to optimize physiological adaptations, specifically in altitude and temperature. Our optimal altitude combination using our live high, train low method while living at 3,200 meters and training at 2,300 meters allows for maximal aerobic and anaerobic adaptations, minimizing training intensity limitations due to low atmospheric oxygen pressure. We have precise athlete monitoring to ensure safety. We have genetic screening for risk factors such as sickle cell disease, altitude-specific supplementations like beetroot juice and antioxidants, and we have continuous tracking of physiological markers throughout their training. We have an integrated performance ecosystem. All factors have been accounted for and are simultaneously working together to optimize athlete performance.
For all of these reasons presented, this is why we're the best facility to host your athlete.
Thank you for your time and considerations today. We look forward to working with you in the future.